always said growing up, my second home was always Fenway and the place I love being. So being able to call that an office now is really going to be special. I've broken, a few stories over the years. My first big one was Ricky Nolasco signing with the Twins when I was a senior in high school back in 2013. A few days later, Doug Fister getting traded to the Nationals. So those two kind of in tandem really were my big break back then, and I've been trying to break things ever since. Yeah, it was obviously, a difficulty for me. If there's not a lot of GMs that want to email back or text back an 18-year-old, and that's obviously part of the process. But I think a lot of people looked at it as, I got my break somewhere, so I'm going to help this kid out, and I really appreciated all those people doing it. And there's a lot of bad relationships between media and people in baseball, and a fresh face that no one had any prior track record with. I think that helped me out, and I think people saw my work on Twitter and respected it and decided they were going to try to help. So there was a lot of really good people that helped back then, and hopefully we'll continue to do so. Yeah, it's been, obviously 4 or 5 years of doing this, so making more contacts and keeping the old ones and really trying to, dig deeper on things and really get into the weeds and get to know people. And, obviously the biggest change for me has been growing up a Red Sox fan and having, knowing so many people in the game that you root for the people that you know to do well and, root for the game as a whole. It was Nomar, and I think a lot of people my age say that. But I cried extremely hard when they traded him in July 2004, obviously. Ended up working out a few months later when they won it, but he was my favorite. Ortiz, Veritek were some of my favorite guys, growing up, but Nomar as, 5, 6, 7-year-old was the guy. A lot of sarcasm, I think probably, too many dad jokes for a 22-year-old might be another way to put it, but, just trying to be a Red Sox beat reporter covering the team while kind of trying to keep a sense of what's going on nationally and, using sources throughout the league to report that kind of stuff and talk about not just what the Red Sox are doing, on the local stage, but in context of what, how they're performing obviously this year very well on the national stage and how, their moves relate to other teams. I think that context is really important. Obviously Twitter is what's always been kind of my main thing, so very active on there and trying to give a behind-the-scenes look that hopefully, some other people don't have, and then obviously Fortnite expertise, which I think is the big thing now with this team, that they seem to like Fortnite a lot for good or for bad, and definitely have gotten to be versed in that as well.